Hello, first graders. Miss Jen is back with our Bible lesson, and we are going to continue to talk about following Jesus. So, last time we talked about how Jesus had 12 disciples, and what does disciple mean? Yes, a follower, right? So the 12 men, they followed Jesus everywhere. They wanted to, listen and obey to Jesus, and they just did whatever Jesus told them to do. And they also wanted to copy his action. Okay. And so Jesus had 12 followers, but today we are going to talk about how he found some of the followers. Okay. All right. So the first picture I'm going to show you here is, do you see a man over here in the middle, right? And let's see what else is in the picture. We have a bucket of fish and a lot of other things, a rope, a net over here. So what do you think he's about to do? Yeah, I think he's about to go fishing, right? So I think I remember some of the first grade telling me you have gone fishing before. So people today, a lot of people, they fish for fun, right? And some fish for their food. But in Bible times, like this in the picture, fishing was an important job, very important job for their living. Okay? And so most fishermen who lived during the time of Jesus, they did not use a fishing pole or bait. They used large nets like this one. And one type of net is called a cast net. Yeah. It doesn't look that big, but if you actually um like put it if you actually like stretch it out, it's really big. It's huge. It's called a cast net. It's large, circular net. That is really long and tall, like really big net. Um, and so a skilled fisherman had to throw the net out over the water and trap fish in the water. Yeah, so this is what they used to fish. Okay. Um, well, of course, fishermen had many other tasks besides just catching fish. They had to wash the net and mend any nets that are tore on the rocks. That means like they had to like fix the nets because sometimes um, the nets get tore. They are torn out because of the rocks. And so they had to fix the nets, and also they had to repair their boats. They had to fix their boats. Yeah. And they had to sort the fish and take them to the market and sell them, right? And so fishermen like this person over here, they were hard workers. They worked really hard. And sometimes they even worked all night. They don't get to, go to sleep or anything. They worked all night sometimes, especially during hot weather. Yeah. And important facts that I want all of us to know is 4 of Jesus' disciples were fishermen. How many? 4. 4 of them were fishermen. And let's see how they met Jesus. So Jesus one day, so they're brothers. Okay, this is Peter and Andrew. Okay, and so Andrew one day he heard about Jesus, and he thought, they found the Christ, our Savior. So he ran to his brother Peter and told him, "Oh, we need to go see him. Yeah, we need to go find Jesus and talk to him." And so they went to where Jesus was teaching and preaching to all the people about God's love and the truth. Yeah, and there were Peter and Andrew in the crowd. And yeah, And one day, Jesus asked Peter to let's get on the boat and let's go out to water, to catch fish. But on that day, the night before, Peter had been working all night long, all night, and he was not able to catch any fish. Yeah. But there's Jesus and Peter on the boat together, and Jesus told Peter to, yeah, Jesus told Peter to go out into deep water and get ready to catch fish. Do you think that Peter expected to catch any fish? No, not really, because Peter had been fishing all night, but he had not caught any fish. And Jesus was not a fisherman. And so, but Peter was, and Peter was a professional fisherman. And so Peter did not think Jesus would know where to find the fish. But when Jesus told Peter to go out to deep water and, get ready to catch fish, he did not say, "No, I don't want to." He did not say that. He showed respect for Jesus by doing as he asked. So Peter did. He got ready to catch fish. And so, of course, Jesus blessed Peter for, just obeying Jesus and listening to what Jesus is telling him to do. And so, not only Peter, but his fishing partners, James and John, they caught. Oh, look how many fish they are catching. They caught more fish than they could pull into their boat. This is a lot more fish than they could pull into their boat. And remember, Peter did not get to catch any fish overnight. And Jesus is not a fisherman, but when Peter just respect and obeyed what Jesus told him, and he did what he asked to do, and Jesus then blessed Peter for obeying him. So he caught more fish than he could pull up into his boat. And at that moment, Peter was amazed, of course, and he was asking himself, who is this very special man? Where did he get such power? And Peter was just amazed, and he was even afraid of such power at first. But Jesus told him not to be afraid. Yeah. From then on, they would be catching people. So what do you think he meant? What did Jesus mean by catching people? First grade. Right, so Jesus meant that the disciples, the 12 men, including Peter and Andrew, the 12 disciples would be leading people to have faith in Jesus as Savior. Yeah, that's what it means by catching people, not literally catching people, right? They would be leading people to have faith, to grow in faith in Jesus as Savior. That's what he meant. Okay. All right, yeah. So that's the story with Jesus, Peter, and Andrew, and how they became Jesus' disciples. Yeah. And now let's dive into the questions on our book. So page 78, first grade, following Jesus. Fill in the circle beside the word or words that best complete each sentence. Okay, number 1, let's read it together. Jesus chose blank men to be his followers. How many? Yes, 12. Jesus' followers were called disciples, desks, doors. Huh? Of course, disciples, right? Fill in the circle, disciples. And the first disciples chosen by Jesus were the fishermen. Yeah, fishermen. So Peter, Andrew, they were brothers. James and John. Okay. Peter, Andrew, James, and John, they were the 4 fishermen who were chosen as the first disciples: Peter, Andrew, James, John. And Jesus told them, from now on, you will catch fish called people. Fish is what they have been catching as their job, but Jesus said, from now on, you will catch people. And it means, like Miss Jin just told you, it means to lead people to have faith in Jesus as Savior. Yes. And number 5, catching people means blank people to Jesus. Yeah, leading people to Jesus. Okay. In first grade, including Miss Jin, we are all Jesus' disciples living the modern world, the modern society now. And so we should still remember what Jesus told his disciples, to lead people to have faith in Jesus as Savior. So that's what Jesus wants us to do even now, to lead other people to have faith in Jesus as Savior. So I would like for all of us to always pray to Jesus that he would give us that power, the strength and the courage to lead people to have faith in Jesus. Yeah? Okay. So just remember the story of Peter, Andrew, and Jesus, and how they got to catch so many fish. That was even more fish than they could possibly pull into their boat. Yeah? And so just remember the story, that how Jesus showed his power to Peter and Andrew, and of course to John and James, who were Peter and Andrew's fishing partners, and how they became the first 4 disciples of Jesus. Okay. Okay. All right. So have a great day, first grade, and I will be back with another lesson next time. Bye now.